Do you feel like your sensitivity is a little bit too low and you want to get to a higher one without it being detrimental to your gameplay? Stay tuned in for this video. YouTube, it is your favorite gamer here, Above Average Cody, coming at you with another Halo Infinite sensitivity video. And I already talked about how to find the sensitivity that works for you, but what happens if you feel like that sensitivity is a little too low? Maybe you feel like you have to be very low so that you can keep the good aim, but it results in you turning around too slow and having trouble taking the second or third engagements, or even turning around to help your team when you're on an objective. Well, today we're going to go over how to comfortably raise your sensitivity so that you can be a little bit more cracked in your multiplayer matches without it being too detrimental to your gameplay. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is going to require some time outside of game in like academy mode, which is what we're in now, maybe even using the shooting range for the different weapons so that you can get comfortable. But I promise you guys, it'll pay off. It really doesn't take all that long, and you can raise your sensitivity quite a bit. Now guys, I will first open up with saying a very high sensitivity on Halo is not always the best thing. It is not like Call of Duty where you want to get as high of a sensitivity as physically possible, because you don't have to. It's not as much of a Twitch shooter and things like that. You want to keep, and I talked about this in the last sensitivity video we did, so be sure to check that out. You want a sensitivity low enough where you have very dialed in aim, but you want a sensitivity high enough where you don't have any trouble snapping from target to target or spinning or looking up to grapple or things like that. Now, I'll obviously show you my sensitivity, which I have at 5.5 horizontal and 6 vertical. Again, we talk about that half tick of difference in the last video. And then 4 look acceleration. Now, look acceleration, keep in mind, guys, that will play a huge role in what feels fast and what feels slow. Because if you have a lower look acceleration, you're able to run a higher sensitivity, it seems like. And if you have a higher one, you want a lower sensitivity. Now, this video is if you're like down at like a 3 or 3.5, guys. You want to get that sensitivity up, or even if you're at default and you want to go a little bit higher. So I'm going to show you the first step on what you do, guys. You are going to go 2 ticks past what you already have it at. So I was at 5.5 and 6. Now I'm at 7.5 and 8. And just do your best to line up shots, guys. Be very gentle on the stick. And this is even a little hard for me because I don't play on sensitivities this high, guys. I want you to just go in training mode and just play 2 ticks past, all right? And then you're going to do like some of these. Do like little cookie cut circles around the target, because that will get your mind used to being on the higher sensitivity, and then you'll get better at tracking the target like we talked about in the first sensitivity video. Now, once you do that for maybe like, I don't know, guys, 10 minutes, you really don't have to go too crazy with it. Go down 1, and then you'll notice it'll start to feel much closer to what you were just on. And then same thing, do little cookie cuts, try to line up the shots a lot, and then just try to get it to feel more comfortable and kind of just go until it does feel comfortable. And just do that as many increments as you want until you get to a sensitivity that you feel like is fast enough. Now, keep in mind, guys, I was already on a good sensitivity, so this feels way too fast for me. But again, if you're on like 3 or 3.5 and you feel like you're having trouble turning the targets, guys, that's really the best way, at least the first method, to get to a higher sensitivity. Now, the other thing I would recommend is if you want to just go up to a raw sensitivity, like say 6.5 and 7 is my goal, I feel like that's where I want to be. Lower the aim acceleration, maybe try at default or even 1, because then that will allow you to achieve that fast turn without being too different on the aim. Because again, look acceleration is the acceleration to get to the max speed. So the higher the number, the smaller the turn has to be to hit the max speed. God, I hope this is making sense. And then the lower the number, guys, it extends the variation, which means there's a larger window of the fine stick movements where you're not moving very fast, and you have to really pin the stick, and it takes a little bit of time to hit that max turn speed. So we'll leave the sensitivity the same, and we'll go down to 2 on look acceleration, and you'll notice it looks like I'm turning a little slower because it starts slow and then goes fast. It's hard to show because you can feel it if you do it on your thumbstick, guys. If you doubt me, just change your look acceleration a bunch and just turn like this, and you will certainly feel the difference. Because then with the lower acceleration, we're on 2 look acceleration, it makes the finer movements feel like a lower sensitivity. And again, practice with this quick little stick turn, and then you will be able to turn faster. It'll take a little bit of a second. It's almost like a turn delay, but you'll be able to turn faster. So then it won't hurt your aim too much in game. Like, it's very easy for me to stick to the target, but I could also turn. Like, I could probably jump into a game right now and do this. Again, I'm not going to because I know what's comfortable and what works for me, guys. And again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying to really crank up your sensitivity and go insane. Just try different things and try to find what works. But I do believe that if you are having trouble spinning around and things like that and just snapping the targets, then I do think that you should definitely consider trying to get to a higher sensitivity. But again, if it's what's comfortable and the only thing that doesn't break your aim, guys, then stick with what you have. It comes down to what's comfortable, and aim is the #1 thing. If you can't hit bullets, you are going to win 0 gunfights on this game, guys. And then you can always gradually, you could just do the old school, oh, I want to play on a higher sensitivity, and I'm just going to go up a half. You're not really going to notice a half a tick, especially if you're doing it gradually. Like if you go up a half, play for a week, and then go up another half a tick and play for a week. That's another method you can do as well. But this is a way to make a quicker jump without it being too detrimental to your gameplay, because I know all you out there want instant gratification, and we want to get to the higher sense faster so that we can just get comfortable faster. Personally, that's the route I like to go, guys. I like to go to my goal first so I can just start practicing, putting in the seat time, and hitting the goal faster. But if you want to slowly progress with small increments, you can do that as well, guys. And also, you could just go insane and go from like 3 to 6 and have it be really hard. But again, this video is so that it is not detrimental to your gameplay, guys. And hopefully this made enough sense and helps you out a little bit. Again, guys, that's the best way. And I've done this on Call of Duty in the past, and now that I've played so many FPSs since I found what worked for me, it's pretty easy for me to know what I want in a game. But if this is your first serious competitive FPS shooter, guys, that's kind of what I used to do to find a higher sensitivity, because I used to play on a low sensitivity, guys, especially for Call of Duty. But then as I played more, I kind of learned you need the higher sensitivity, especially on that game, to kind of get the dirty work done. But yeah, guys, again, I hope this helped you out. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, or let me know if this video did help you out. Please subscribe to the channel if you are not already. We're doing a lot of Halo content, a lot of FPS content. We open Pokemon cards, all that good stuff. Join the membership, leave a like. I realize that's a lot of orders, guys, but supporting the channel does help me out very much. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are literally the best. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next one.